Imagine it's Sunday night. You're lying in bed, phone in hand, and you make a deal with yourself. Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow I start. I'll wake up early, hit the gym, eat clean, finally finish that thing I've been avoiding for 3 weeks. And then Monday comes. And somehow, future you handles it. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you. This isn't laziness, it's not weak willpower, it's not even a character flaw. It's your brain. There's a region deep inside your brain, one that controls how you see other people, how you see strangers. Scientists hooked people up to MRI machines and discovered something that should change everything about how you understand yourself. When you think about your future self, that region lights up. Not the part that thinks about you, the part that thinks about strangers. Your brain literally does not recognize future you as you. And once you understand this, you'll finally understand why you keep making the same choices over and over and over again. Stay with me, because this gets deep. In 2009, a psychologist named Hal Hershfield ran an experiment at UCLA that nobody expected to produce the results it did. He put people inside an MRI machine, and he asked them to think about different people, themselves, Matt Damon, strangers they'd never met, and their future self, 10, 20 years from now. As each person thought about these different individuals, the machine tracked exactly which parts of the brain were firing. Here's what he found. When people thought about their present self, a specific brain region lit up, the medial prefrontal cortex. Think of it as the brain's self-processing center, the place where your identity lives. When they thought about Matt Damon, a completely different pattern, less activation, more distance, the brain clearly registering, this is someone else. Then Hershfield asked them to think about their future self, the self-processing center. It looked exactly like Matt Damon, not themselves, a stranger. Their future self, same face, same name, same body, same memories, was being processed by their brain as if it were someone they had never met. Let that actually sink in. The version of you that exists 10 years from now, your brain is treating like a random person on the street. And this isn't just some quirky brain glitch with no real consequences. This is the hidden engine behind almost every self-destructive decision you have ever made. Think about the last time you ordered the burger instead of the salad, or stayed up until 2 a.m. scrolling when you knew you had to be up at 7, or spent money on something you didn't need instead of putting it away. In that moment, who exactly did you think was going to deal with the consequences? Future you, that stranger. Here's the brutal truth. Your brain has a deep ancient instinct called present bias. It is hardwired, evolutionarily hardwired, to prioritize what feels good right now over what is good for you later. This isn't a modern weakness. This is survival. For most of human history, there was no later. You ate the food in front of you because tomorrow you might be dead. You rested when you could because tomorrow you'd be running from something that wanted to kill you. The problem is, we are no longer running from lions, but your brain hasn't gotten the update. So every single time you make a decision, save money or spend it, sleep or scroll, push through or quit, your brain is running this ancient calculation. How much does this help me right now? And future you? That stranger, they barely register. Hershfield actually tested this with money. He showed one group of college students their current photo. Then he showed another group a digitally aged version of themselves. Same face, same features, but looking 70 years old. Then he asked, how much of your paycheck would you put into retirement savings? The group who saw their aged self saved 30% more on average, just from seeing their future face for a few seconds. Because for one brief moment, their brain stopped treating future them like a stranger. It made them real. And that changed everything. I want to tell you about someone. Let's call him Daniel. Daniel is 28, smart, motivated, at least in theory. He has a mental list that's been growing for 2 years. Start saving properly, go to therapy, get consistent at the gym, learn that skill he keeps bookmarking videos about. But Daniel has a rule, unofficial, completely unspoken, but incredibly consistent. Future Daniel handles it. Future Daniel will have more time, more energy, more clarity. Future Daniel will definitely wake up at 6, will absolutely not be exhausted after work, will somehow be a different person, better, more ready. Sound like anyone you know? Here's what Daniel doesn't realize. Future Daniel is always going to feel exactly like present Daniel, because when future Daniel arrives, he becomes present Daniel, and present Daniel is tired and has a backlog and is once again waiting for future Daniel to sort it all out. Psychologists call this the future self-illusion. We imagine our future selves as fundamentally different people, more disciplined, more rested. We project onto them qualities we don't currently have, and then hand them all our unfinished business, like a coworker dumping their entire workload before going on vacation. And it's not just productivity. This plays out in your relationships too. How many times have you said something that future you had to apologize for, sent that message, said that thing, burned that bridge? In that moment, your brain wasn't fully connecting with the person who would have to live with those consequences, because that person might felt like a stranger. So here's the real question. If your brain naturally treats your future self like a stranger, what do you actually do about it? You make them familiar. The research is clear. The more vivid and specific your image of your future self, the more your brain starts treating that person as you, not some vague concept floating in the future, a real, concrete human being. 3 things that actually work, backed by the same research we just walked through. 1. Write a letter to your future self, not a goal list. A letter. Address them like a person. Ask them how they're doing. Tell them what you're scared of right now, what you hope for them. This activates empathy, the same empathy you'd feel for someone you care about. And empathy is exactly what your brain is missing when it comes to that stranger in the future. 2. Get brutally specific with consequences. Don't say, "I should save more money." Instead, say this, out loud if you can. In 2036, I'm 38 years old. I have no real savings. I'm still in the same situation, still saying I'll start tomorrow. Make future you a person living a specific life. Your brain responds to specificity. Vague futures don't feel real. Specific ones do. 3. Use the 10-10-10 method before big decisions. How will I feel about this in 10 minutes, 10 months, 10 years? This forces your future self into the room, into the conversation. It makes them real enough to matter. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You do not have uniquely bad willpower. You are a human being, running ancient software in a modern world. And now you know the bug. Your future self is not a stranger. They are you. Every choice you make today is a message you are sending to that person. Every shortcut, every skip, every "I'll start Monday," that's what you're handing them. So what kind of message do you want to send? That's something worth sitting with. If this hit different, you already know someone who needs to hear it. Share it with them, because somewhere out there, someone is waiting for their future self to fix everything, and that someone might be the person sitting right next to you. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe and push the bell icon for further updates. I'll see you in the next video.